talking about, I got to make this disclaimer when I'm sharing this type of information so people will know. And then if I get the questions about the CPA or CPA questions or any financial advice that people want me to give them, I cannot. So for disclaimer purposes and for everyone to know that I speak crypto and blockchain, but I am not a financial advisor, nor can I advise you on your finances. I'm just here to show y'all how I buy, trade, and sell cryptocurrency in the different platforms, and then how I maneuver in the crypto space. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this content. Can y'all hear me clearly? I want to make sure that everything is good. I'm excited because I want y'all to see some of this content that I have because I want to talk about this afternoon is crypto comparisons. And the reason why I want to compare two and to be easy for you, I would say Bitcoin and G triple nine. And what we will be comparing is the if you did miss Bitcoin's beginning, right? You did miss it. We're gonna talk about a little bit about that. We're gonna talk about the price versus value of Bitcoin in its history. We're gonna talk about the beginning of G triple nine and then the G triple nine price and value. Okay, so first thing I must say, I must share with y'all is that Bitcoin was created by, we don't know if it's a person or persons, if it was a woman or a man. Only thing we do know is that Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008 published a paper on a cryptographic mailing list, and it describes this currency called Bitcoin. That's the title of it, and it was used to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Electronic cash system. I want y'all to pay attention. A peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Now, nobody know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, and you may hear this Satoshi's and used briefly and broadly, but it's just simply mean if you don't own a whole Bitcoin, then it's Satoshi's of a Bitcoin. And if you would let me give you the example. You know how you have dollars and then you have cents, so you can have enough pennies that equal a dollar, but they are not called a dollar until it become a whole dollar, right? So just like cents, cent is to dollars, satoshis are to Bitcoin. Make sense? I hope so. So let's talk about this real quick because I think this is important. Again, like I shared, I think a lot of people don't know, don't understand, and this is one thing that I remember hearing Bitcoin, and this was the common thing that was said. People always told me this, and even myself, I seen it. It People underestimated. I underestimated. You probably underestimated. You didn't take it seriously. Probably said, "What is that stuff? I don't know what that is. Some internet money, whatever they calling it." Was misinformed about it. Yeah, I agree. Didn't understand it. I was one of them too. And some of us probably could not, did not, and would not see the value in it. I promise that too. It would never be used for currency legitimately. That's what was said. It will never be a legitimate currency. Nowhere in the world. No, it's impossible. They even called it a scam. It's crazy because at the beginning, nobody know who made it. There's no boardroom, no secretary, no treasurer, no shoot. They don't have a CEO, a CFO. They don't even have a bathroom. They don't even know who at the helm of Bitcoin. But regardless of what anyone think or thought or believed, it still is the future of money. And so much so is that the world has changed, y'all. And we are leaving the physical world. And what I mean by that is that when you think about the world, you think about physicality, you talk about companies like I mean from Borders Books. When you're talking about Blockbusters. These are companies that was anchor stores in the communities, that was billion-dollar companies. There was physical buildings that people can go to. And then there's something that happened in the late 90s, early 2000s called the dot com that introduced a whole new world to everyone, a WWW world, a world wide web. And that world wide web changed the way that business was structured and done. Well, not structured, but the way that business had been ran up until that point. We see the richest man in the world that battles for first in place, which is Jeff Bezos, the creator of Amazon. He started Amazon when he graduated from college, or he was still in college. He was in his parents' garage, and he had a whole bunch of books. And he looked around and said, "Man, these books are taking up a whole bunch of space. Man, it would be nice to take these books and put them on the internet, the World Wide Web." And the internet eh, at the time wasn't as prevalent. It was only a one-way source of communication. That's where we get the Web 1.0 from. And so at this time, you could only read like Kindles. Remember Amazon Kindles? Everybody had one for the kids, right? Where you could read a whole bunch of books. And then the internet got even faster. It got even smarter, and they introduced Web 2.0. And as we know today, that the credit cards been around, but they emerged with these offline credit cards. What do I mean? They handheld wallets, credit card machines that now you can take with you, and people can swipe your card with you. I hope y'all understand that that didn't exist before the early 2000s. Like you had to go to a store that was directly hog tied to a internet and actually, but Wallace came into play. And that's when Web 2.0 came into play. And then after that, we're talking about a smarter and faster sibling, even in after that. And we had something that's called Web 3.0. So Web 2.0 developed a one-way communication. Web 2.0 was a two-way communication where you can interact. And that's where you got the blogging. That's where you got MySpace, Facebook, and all of the other social networks, social medias that came about in this phase. And then in the late, I would say 2000s, they created something that was called the blockchain. And in 2009, actually 2008, it was discovered and and arose out of the rubble of the country, been in the worst time of it ever been in, the great, what we call the Great Recession. A currency arise, and it's called Bitcoin. Something that nobody knew what it was and didn't understand it, most definitely didn't see the value in it. Called it a scam. It's a fad. It's a phase. It's going to go away. But little did we know, it had the value of becoming the new era of currency. And I want to help introduce and present to you today this currency. The history of Bitcoin started in 2009. In 2009, it was the first time a transaction of Bitcoin was actually transaction transacted on the blockchain. And what happened was, at that time, Bitcoin was only 3/10 of a penny, y'all. 3/10 of a penny. Can y'all hear me good? I just want to make sure. Okay. So 3/10 of a
Yes,
penny. So you now
yes.
you telling me Bitcoin is only 3/10 of a penny. So what you telling me is that I could have took this roll of 50-cent pennies, and I could have took this roll of pennies and bought 150 Bitcoins plus, right? With this roll of pennies. Because one penny gave me three Bitcoins. One penny out of this 50 roll, 50 cent of pennies gave me three Bitcoins. One gave me three. Watch this. It's crazy because as you look at the price and as it go up year after year, and as you see when it got to 2011, it was at $10. and then it took a dip. And this is, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna talk about a guy that looked at the dip of Bitcoin, but didn't look at the value. They looked at the price, but didn't look at the value. And I just want to help you grasp, understand, or really take some what I would say tools in your toolbox, or a figure of speech only, bullets in your gun. I really want you to take this with you so you can help people grasp and understand where we stand at today. So what happened at that time? Bitcoin went to $20,000. 2017, as you see here, say $19,000. Some platforms it went up to $20,200. So you're talking about a currency that started in 2009, that arose out of all of the rebel that the country, the United States, been through, the Great Recession, the great and worst time ever this country ever been through, with a housing booming market, had totally left people homeless, no money. And I'm telling you that what comes out of all of that rubble, all of that havoc, is a currency that changed the way that the world do business. And Bitcoin went from 3/10 of a penny to $19,000 or 20, like I said. And imagine if I would just took this roll of pennies and bought it, I would be sitting on 150 Bitcoins as of now. That would change me and my family's life. The trajectory of my family's life would
Hello.
never be the same. Would never be the same. If please, can you
Yeah,
just
what's
mute
up?
yourself? Mute yourself, please.
She haven't even
That
come yet. She's trying to get the money.
that's the possibilities that Bitcoin offered. And well, that's the opportunity that you had. No longer that opportunity to buy at 3/10 of a penny. Woo! How many of y'all say if y'all can go back to get it for $10, would you buy it? By a show of hands, or by a Y in the chat bar. How many would, if you had the opportunity to go back to get it at $600, would you buy it? By a Y in the chat bar. How many would you buy if it was at, so because here in 2013 it went to $600, and then it went down to 310, and then 360. How many will you buy? How many of you would have bought it at some of these prices? Yeah, me too. Only if you knew the value. You knew the price, but you didn't know the value, right? Even at the price at 3/10 of a penny, or five 5 cents or $10, it still would have been worth it to me. $600. Shoot, I done bought it at $50,000 now. I don't know about y'all. 57 when I bought it to move over to help somebody move their Bitcoin. I done bought it at that price. And I'm just saying, imagine you can go back, and we can't. Bitcoin have made such an impact. They got whole cities that's labeled Bitcoin City. You can only use Bitcoin in these areas. It's phenomenal. This ain't just happening, or this is happening all over the world. It just ain't happening here in the US. We won't talk about that. But what we will talk about is that the advantage that we had in our hands, and we didn't see the value. Oh, sometimes I wish I could take my own foot off and kick my own self in the butt when I heard about it. Several times, right? But there's another story to that, and I won't worry. So now, as of today, Bitcoin been labeled the new gold. The value in Bitcoin have changed the perspectives, the view, the understanding of some of the most unique financial um, institutions in the world. It have changed the structure of currency, of how currency going to work for the future. It have changed the mindsets of hedge funds, venture capitalists, people that deal with billions of dollars daily. It changed their whole perspective. The same people that called it scams, the same people that didn't understand it, the same people that didn't see the value, have now valued it as the new gold. Of course, it surpassed the gold price of a kilo of gold in a short period of time. Now that's phenomenal. Real gold now, Took a while. One thing about real gold, people love gold because it was a safe store value. But what they didn't like about gold, that it was a born investment. It would take a long time for you to get percentages on your money. And to get to $57,000 in a kilo of gold as of today is remarkable. But it took a long time. Here go this currency that's a digital currency that's only on the internet, something that nobody can see or physically touch, but been around for a little under 13 years and totally surpassed depreciating asset, the safe store value, the thing that deemed currency, fiat currency, as being the top currency of the world, especially the United States. It changed the way that countries would do business with finances. Gold was the safe store value. Listen at what I said. It was. I hate to rain on your parade, to bust your bubble, to let the air out your balloon. Bitcoin is here and it's here to stay, and it's surpassed gold, and it is the new digital currency, the new safe store value. And I ain't talking about just Bitcoin. I'm talking about cryptocurrency. Let's talk about this. We talking about currency because I want you to know that Bitcoin, because when it came out, it had an old business model, a business model that didn't and can't be changed. Because when the blockchain of cryptocurrency is created, it's protocols that's entered into the internet. And once these protocols are uh, um, placed into the internet, it's impossible to stop it. It's like machine learning. It's like once the machines, the what we call MLs, you can look it up. They said it's real life. It's computers. Once the computer had been activated in a certain way, it's nothing you can do to unlock it, change it. It's immutable. It's transparent. It's unhackable, and it's safe and secure and private. And so Bitcoin busts open this new currency and deem itself as the mother of all crypto, yet valuable in such a way that they label it as the new gold, but only valuable in a certain aspect of cryptocurrency because there's so much more. Oh my goodness, there's so much more. It brings me to the point of what I got to share this with y'all today, and that is the Gold Standard Bank. Gold Standard Bank was a bank introduced to us from a guy that's seen banking in a new light, that's seen it at a new view, that looked at banking and said, banking ain't gonna be here like this. The traditional banks can't last against this digital currency. There's no way we're gonna be able to stay in place when this banking system that we have is not flawless, it's flawed. It's not safe because it's getting hacked daily. It's not private because we all know what everybody has. And they looked and matched it and compared it against a new era of cryptocurrency called decentralized financing. And this bank that's spearheaded by this guy, Joseph Haidt, the chairman of the board, and Alex Cochendale, decided to create outside of the normal financial realm. Say we're going to take this physical bank, this physical currency, this fiat currency, and we're going to turn this bank into the first digital cryptocurrency bank in the world, ran on a platform that offer all of the traditional banking options. Good God Almighty, and more. With everything crypto done up until this point was our measuring stick of what we know it can do, how secure it is, how private it is. Now we're going to take it to another level. Everything that the banking industry could do up until this point, a physical bank can only do a certain level of security and privacy. Now we got to take it to another level. And they matched up the two worlds. And you got the banker and the CTO, the banker and the blockchain guy. The banker and the blockchain guy. And they come together and create something that will change your life. Now, I promise you, you're going to get the same stuff that you heard about Bitcoin. They're going to be misinformed. They're not going to understand it. They're going to devalue it. They ain't going to see the value. They're not going to see it. They're going to call it a scam. But no worries. We don't care. Because you know why? The banker and the blockchain guy came up with a unique concept introduced on the private and most secure platform in the world, and actually introduce all that the traditional physical bank world wanted to do but couldn't do. Now it's able to do in this blockchain ecosystem. My God, this is phenomenal. That's what I see when I see this. I see so much more, so much potential with the bank and the blockchain guy. And so they created this blockchain. And I just want to share just one topic in this thing, this whole blockchain. And that's just one. And it's just the passive residual income. You know why I just want to talk about the passive residual income? Because I believe and know that people look for ways to make their money. But people that most people don't want to work. They figure they work for their money and their money ain't safe, especially if it's all in one bank, all in one currency. And they look at it and they say, well, that's what I'm gonna live on. And they store their money up and they think they safe. The only problem that I have with that is that it's in fiat currency. And about a century, every 100 years, currency changes. And the reality is that currency change, but sometimes people don't. And sometimes people get stuck with the same mentality they've been stuck with for years, not knowing that things have changed. And when things change, you have to change. And so I love the opportunity that you can still do the same thing. You just switching baskets. Oh, I can still keep my money in the same wallet. Yeah, I heard a guy tell me, yeah, but I like them greenbacks. Okay, I understand you like them greenbacks, but you do know them greenbacks is fading away. What you really saying is that you like money, right? So money, let's clearly understand what you really like. You like currency. Money is currency, and currency is circulating. If money don't move, it dies. So if you sit in too many places, then it don't move, it dies. The one thing I like about cryptocurrency is that you can sit it in your wallet and it's still earning you because it's not sitting still. It's being validated. It's used to move and to transact and to validate blocks. I mean, y'all don't understand. Cryptocurrency, even though we say savings account, even though your cryptocurrency is in your wallet, it's still being used in a digital way to validate, to create. Oh man. So watch this because this is phenomenal. Yet some might not understand, but this is still a limited time offer for you to be able to have master nodes and staking and blockchain savings. I only want to talk about residual, true passive residual income. And the reason why I only want to talk about true passive residual income because I know some people ain't going to work. They they're just not going to work, and that's good. It doesn't make a difference because it is what it is. But I know also that people want an opportunity for their money to make them money without being subject to the silent killer, without being subject to those other people that's got three letters attached to them, and without being subject of fading away, of not being in existence. That and all of my assets is in one box. So watch this. The thing that cryptocurrency gives us is this. The thing that GS Partners gives us is this. The thing that this banker and this blockchain guy gives us is this. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this one thing. Let me ask you something. If I could show you how to take $5,000 and turn it into $19,000, would you be interested? Would you be interested? If you could just type yes, no, why, so, all right, so I can't even really tell, but I'm quite sure you would, right? So the reality is great because I would too, right? So watch this. What about if it took you a year for your 5,000 to turn into 19,000? would you still be in jail? You do know that's about 180% on your money, right? You do know that, right? Hmm. About 180% on your money. Let me see. So 100%, and then no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 180% on your money. Mm, well, more than that, 280% on your money. Yeah, 280% on your money. You do know that, right? Hmm. So imagine you have a 280% on your money in a year. You would be interested. I would too, because I don't know no other vehicle right now that can give me that. I don't know another place that at my and I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna tell you why it makes too much sense. So watch this. We got a platform on GS Partners, what they offer, and it's called a DeFi pool. And this DeFi pool gives you the ability to take a certain amount of coins, put in your. Think about you had a physical wallet, and somebody told your bank, yeah, and I bet you they won't tell you, hey, you know what, Steve? We're gonna do this. Just take your $5,000, put it inside your wallet, and just leave it in there. And as long as you don't touch it, we're gonna pay you for it. We're gonna pay you that it's sitting in there. Because why we gonna pay you? Because while it's sitting in there, we get to create digitally, not touching your assets, but knowing it's sitting there, it gives us the power to leverage it by it validating or creating blocks. And so what we're gonna do is that you just keep it in your wallet and we're gonna pay you while it's sitting in there. And if you take out that $5,000, then of course we gotta stop it. But as long as you got it sitting in there, no bank in the world gonna tell you that. You know why? Because they want you to bring their physical money, your physical money to their bank, and they're gonna take your money and they're gonna go lend it out. And when you go back and try to get it, either two things gonna happen. They're gonna say, "Stop! You can't do it. Not right now. Come back tomorrow. Come back next week. You got to make an appointment for it." Or they're gonna say, "Okay, we can give it to you not today, but tomorrow, but it's gonna cost you." Watch this. This is what cryptocurrency offer you, y'all. This is this is what's so valuable about GS Partners. So watch this. You can take your $5,000, turn it into cryptocurrency, your dime fiat, turn it into a appreciating true digital currency, put it into a decentralized wallet, a wallet that only you have and you control. And as you keep that currency, that G999 in that wallet, guess what happened? The company said, "Oh, no worry, we don't need to touch it. We just need to see it. As long as it's there and it stay there, we'll pay you while it's there." Now, this is a physical wallet. The DeFi, decentralized definance wallet that we're talking about, or the plan that you're looking at today, is a wallet that only you have access to. They can't even go in and take your assets out. How about that? Oh my goodness, this is phenomenal. So here you go. You hold your money, your currency, in your decentralized DeFi wallet, and it is inside of a plan. What is the plan, Crypto Steve? Well, the plan is that as you stick it there, we're gonna pay you anywhere from 1.5, 1.75 to 3.5 to 5%, depending on what you want to make on your money, what you want to get on your assets. Now, we will never touch your assets, nor can we take your assets. But as you sit them and leave them, we will pay you while they're sitting in your own wallet. And you will get paid handsomely. And the reality is, this is what the plan looked like. So, just to go over it, I got 1 million coins sitting on my decentralized wallet. As you see, the address is a decentralized wallet. I'm making 5% annually. Guess what? They're paying me weekly. I'm making 5% annually, but they paying me weekly. So they pay me out 958.90 G triple nines. And you see the next payday is tomorrow. So I'll get paid again tomorrow, 958,000. What I'm loving about this is this. I can cancel it anytime. Anytime I desire. Watch this. The million coins I got sitting here, I bought them at the price of $5,000. A couple of days ago, about a week ago, it went to $19,000. Now, I'm not big on price. What I am big on is value. Because the value is this. Let's talk about the value. Here you go. I bought a million coins at 5 tenths of a penny. It was $5,000. Guess how much it was worth 60 days later? $19,000. That means it was at one almost a little under 2 pennies, under 2 cents, little under 2 cents what it's worth. It had a huge gain in a 10-day raise. When you match it up with Bitcoin, it could not touch it. It had a 347% increase in 10 days from February the 10th to February the 20th. The same period of time, Bitcoin only increased 23%. I'm just saying, I'm getting paid 5% on my million coins, my G triple nine, as they sit in my own wallet, my decentralized wallet. They're paying me out weekly at 958 G triple nines, paid out weekly. When the G triple nine go to $2, how much will I make a week, y'all? Somebody tell me. When it go to $2, when it go to $2, how much will I have? How much will I be getting paid a week? Can can I help you? I can help you. I will be getting paid $1,916 a week off a $5,000 investment in 3 weeks, two and a half to be exact. I will be paid back all that I totally invested. I didn't say one thing about sharing it with anybody. I didn't say one thing about going out trying to get anybody to do anything. I'm talking about what I'm doing. I'm talking about what I have. I'm talking about money working for me because I heard it said, until you find a way for your money to work for you, you will work until you die. Okay, granted, I don't want to work until I die. Well, my money got to work for me. And I'm talking about all those that say, hey, I got to find a way for my money to work for me. Here you go. Here it goes right here before your eyes. The banker and the blockchain guy came up with a phenomenal idea. You can't do this with Bitcoin. You can't do this with Ethereum. No, but you can do this here. You had an opportunity now to do this. You have the opportunity now to buy it while it's at a price where you can buy a million coins. Granted, the million coins is a lot more than what I paid, but I got in 2 months ago. And I promise you, today, what you buying the coins from 2 months from now, oh, it's gonna be more. I showed you what Bitcoin was in 2013. It was $600. The next year it went down to $310. The year after that, $360. But did it matter? Because at the end of the tunnel, and that wasn't even and that was a pit stop in 2017. It hit $20,000. And I'm just saying, I got something to show you that I'm gonna show you. So watch this, because I want y'all to understand. So I got $5,000. I bought a million coins. They paying me weekly. My coins already went up to 19,000. My million coins. I'm at 19,000. Even if it go down to 5, 15,000, 10,000, I wouldn't care. I'm still. If it go to 10,000, I'm still 100% up on my money. Good God of Zion. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Watch this. They paying me out weekly, 958 G triple nine. Before it hit $2, it go to a dollar. I'm getting paid $958 a week. I ain't doing nothing. True passive residual income. When you do the work one time, you buy the amount of coins you need and sit them into the wallet, and they pay you weekly. Watch this. What I didn't tell everyone is this: is that when it go to $2, the million coins I got sitting, how much is that? How much is that now? Woo! How much is that worth? Somebody please text it in the chat box. How much is my million coins worth when the G triple nine go to $2? How much is my million coins worth now? Please tell me. Somebody tell me. That's right. You heard it. It's worth a lot. It's worth 2 million. It's worth $2 million. So when it go to $2 a coin, I am now gaining $99,632 annually. That's what I'm making annually. I am making $99,632. I haven't shared it with no one. This is just a basic, simple, simple me having my money work for me. Again, GS Partners give you everything to buy, sell, spend, save, grow, trade, and earn in crypto. This is bananas, right? I agree, it is. I want to share this before I close as I finish. Timing is everything. And for the person that's hearing this and not sure, not don't understand, timing is everything. You can see that if you missed out on Bitcoin when you had the opportunity to buy it in 2009 when it was 3/10 of a penny, or any other year before now. You see that. You see you missed out on G999 when it was 5/10 of a penny. When I bought a million coins for $5,000, you see that's done now. Can't do that no more, right? Watch this. In 2 months from now, you're gonna look back at whatever you decided to do. And whatever you decided to do, you're either gonna smile and be happy, or you're gonna look at yourself and you're gonna regret something that you had an opportunity to do. Now, granted, either way is all right with me. I just want to show you the value. I want to show you what you have. When you talk about this guy right here, this is the teenager from Idaho, the Bitcoin millionaire. This is the guy that said, Mom, Dad, on his 12th birthday, 12 years old, 12 years old, right? In 2011, 12 years old. He said, Mom, Dad, I want to buy Bitcoin. They told him, boy, you crazy. We don't know what that stuff is. He said, I want to buy it. I'm gonna become wealthy on it. They told him you're crazy. We're not giving you money. We're not giving you $1,000 to buy something that we know nothing about. You're only 12. You don't know what you're talking about or don't. Mm, Listen at that. Didn't have a clue. They didn't have a clue. If they knew, they would have been right along with him, right? So he went to his grandma. You know how grandmothers do. They give you the world. They give you everything, right? He gave him $1,000. He told his mom and dad, listen, if I become a millionaire off of this, do I have to go to college? They told him, boy, if you become a millionaire off of this, you don't have to go nowhere. And the reality is, about 5, 6 years later, he became a multi-millionaire off of Bitcoin. He traveled the world training, teaching, and educating people on cryptocurrency. And his mother and father follow him by carrying his bags, walking, making sure he do everything right. That was the last time I heard about it. He actually dropped out of high school at this time when he became this multi-millionaire. And I'm just telling you, what a heck of a story, right? Look at this guy. This guy, everybody know him as Bitcoin Pizza Guy. This guy in May 22nd, 2010, May the 22nd in 2010, he sold his 10,000 Bitcoins for two Papa John pizzas. This guy seen the value. This guy looked at the price. He seen that his 10,000 Bitcoins that he paid probably around, I don't know, $18, $20 for. He seen that it was dropping and the price kept fluctuating. And at this time, he was just looking at the price. Know the price of everything, but the value of none. So he decided to take his 10,000 bitcoins and trade them in for two delivered Papa John pizzas. And the reality, if he would have waited 9 months later, he would have had $10,000. If he would have waited 5 years later, he would have had $2.4 million. If he would have waited 7 years later, 7 years later, he would have been a multi-millionaire. But he kept looking at the price, y'all. He kept worrying about what the price was of Bitcoin. He seen it drop past what he initially invested a little bit. It went down to $18. He paid $20 for it. Then he seen it go up where it was at $30. He said, let me jump out now. He understood one thing, the price, but he did not see the value. And I just want to know, who are you? Which one do are you looking at the price? Are you worried about the price or you worried about the value? Now you can look at the price if you want, totally up to you. But I'm just telling you that you got two examples: price versus value. The value waited because he seen where Bitcoin was going. He made statements like, Mom, Dad, when I become a millionaire, can I drop out of can I not go to college? He made statements like that because he seen the value and he held it. He held it for 5 years until he seen the value that he wanted. That he actually still owned Bitcoin. He ended up taking some of the money, he cashed out some, took some and reinvested. He seen the price. The question is, which one are you? That's all I have to ask. Which one are you? Are you looking at the price or are you looking at the value? Because whichever one you are is going to determine your outcome. It will determine where you end up at. Hey, my name is Crypto Steve. Appreciate y'all. And it was a pleasure to serve. Again, I'll see y'all soon. Peace.